Welcome to the Nonno Giorgio and Rory Cooking Italian for Weight Loss channel. Today we're making Spanish tortilla omelette. Just look how good this omelet looks. Brown on the outside and the inside is full of potatoes and onions. Welcome back to Nonno Giorgio and Rory's Cooking Italian for Weight Loss channel. Today we're going to make an omelet, a special omelet. In Italy, as you people who have gone there know, omelets and frittatas are very, very popular. So this is a Spanish-based omelet called a tortilla. It's made with potatoes and eggs. But when I was going to college, I lived very close to an Italian neighborhood, and all the delis made potato and egg sandwiches. So it is very Italian, even though it originated in Spain, this particular one. It's very simple to make, and I'm going to let Rory talk a little bit about when she was growing up and, you know, her Spanish tortilla.
So this is a dish I grew up with that was made in my home at least once a week. And as I mentioned before, my mother and father are both from Spain. And so this is one of our traditional dishes. But interestingly enough, you can see I'm quite tall. George is 6'2", I'm 5'7", and my middle sister was 5'10". But my mother, my father, and my oldest sister were little people. In other words, my mom was not even 5 feet, my dad was 5'6", and my oldest sister was 5'2". So they used to make this at my house. I grew up in Santiago, Chile, and the cook would make one tortilla for my father, my mother, and my oldest sister, and then she would make one each for my middle sister and I. So I don't know if she did it because we were bigger, or maybe we got bigger because she did it. But anyway, this is one of my favorite things, and I'm so happy that George, even though his roots are very Italian, has mastered the way my mother used to make it. So I'm very excited this morning. We're going to treat ourselves after a very food austere week, and gonna do this little brunch dish. So enjoy.
Okay, so I'm going to season the eggs. I've got 10 eggs in there. This is a thick omelet. Doesn't mean you have to eat half of it each. You know, you cut a piece out and you can have it for several days. So we'll put a little bit of salt and of course some pepper. And then I'm going to take a whisk and just break the eggs. Okay, you don't want to whisk it too much. You just want to make sure, of course, all the eggs are broken and that it's mixed, so your seasonings get mixed.
And at one point I said to George, do you want to put a little milk in this? Because somewhere, I think in my adulthood, I picked up putting a little milk in your scrambled eggs. Well, he just gave me a horrified look, so we have not brought that up again.
All right, so you're going to put
a little parsley.
Parsley in.
Yeah. This isn't really traditional, putting the parsley in, but it makes me think of one of my favorite omelets, which is called, it's French, and it's called Omelette à fines herbes. And it's only eggs and parsley, and we'll show you that someday soon. But I just, as you know, if you've been watching us, I love parsley, and I think it'll give it a little bit of extra little zing flavor. So that's, you want any more, George?
I think that's good.
Okay.
And then give it a little stir to move the parsley around. Now we're going to saute our onions until they're soft and translucent, and our potatoes. Now you can use any kind of potato, red potato, Yukon Gold, Slice them very thin so they don't take a long time to cook. But today we bought some pearl potatoes. They're little tiny potatoes, and we cut them in half. So they should also cook quickly. So we've got our oil heating up. You know, when the oil freely moves around the bottom of the pan, it's hot. I'm going to put the onions in. And these are the potatoes. You see, this is a little half. They're real small, so they'll cook pretty quick. And we're going to season this, a little salt, and of course a little pepper. So now we just let them saute. And I usually put a lid on so it helps the potatoes cook. Okay, if you see here, the potatoes are done. I just tried one. The onions have gotten nice and caramelized. And what I do is I just kind of move this away from the sides a little, and then we're going to dump our omelet mixture in. Now the trick with this is you want like a medium heat, and as you see it start to harden around the edges, I take and I lift the pot and fill. Move the omelet away, just go around. You got a lot of juice, so we've got a ways to go. And you keep doing this until there's no or very little juice left. Because you know, if you've tried to flip it with all this juice, it would drip out and burn your hand.
Oh, it's looking wonderful. It's getting there. It's getting
See,
there.
there's still a lot of liquid, but it's getting less. You don't want to do higher than medium, because by the time you get all this liquid to the sides, you'll burn the bottom.
And I think that different people like their omelets cooked to different degrees. So I like my eggs very solid. I don't like finding loose egg white. So I always ask George to please make it so that it's completely cooked all the way through. And being the nice man that he is, he obliges me.
Okay, the next thing you want to do is take a spatula and just run it around, go under just a little bit. You want to free it from your pan, and then you want to be able to go like, it's important that your omelet moves. And I see there's still some liquid, so let's try to get some of that. So now the dangerous part. I put a big plate that covers, and I do one flip, and look at that.
Oh, my goodness.
And then you just slide your omelet back in.
What a beautiful job. Oh my goodness.
And then you can give yourself like this. You just want to make sure your omelet doesn't stick. And this side you cook to your liking.
So as I said, the longer you leave it in, the more solid it gets, but you don't want it to dry out. So I wanted to show you these dishes that we have. And at one point, we bought a whole bunch of them, and they're quite large. And they're really useful when you have a big meal. You have several different types of food on them. They're beautifully white, so it's nice for darker foods. But right now, of course, George is using them for flipping our tortilla and also for plating it.
Now, what I do, a lot of people like to fold omelets, but this is not that type of omelet. This is one that you want to put out, and you can cut it like a pizza into wedges and put whatever you want with it. Isn't that beautiful?
That looks absolutely perfect. I am so excited to taste it.
Okay, let's taste it. So our frittata or omelet, I usually think of a frittata as one that's done in a pan on one side, and then instead of flipping it, you stick it in the oven to cook the other side. So this is technically an omelet, but it's a Spanish tortilla with potatoes. And I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to cut it into quarters.
Oh, that looks perfect because it's cooked on the inside. There's no gooey stuff coming out. It looks beautiful.
Let's taste. So I'm seeing the egg and the potatoes are through it.
It's still very hot. How is it?
Very good.
Wonderful.
Those little potatoes were a success. They really make a nice flavor to the tortilla.
They're delicious. The other thing you can do with this is it's wonderful picnic food or take with you food, kind of like a quiche. And in Spain they serve it lukewarm, and sometimes you can even make a sandwich out of it. It's wonderful cold or hot, I guess, in a French bread, or George used to eat it in New York at the delis.
Yeah, I mean, make a sandwich out of it too. Like Rory said, it's take our bread recipe from yesterday.
Yeah.
Make a roll. Cut it and put a piece that fits on the roll. Wonderful.
It works great.
And you can wrap that, and as Rory said, you can take it with you cold.
Yeah.
Just eat it when you want. All right.
I hope you try this and you think of us kindly. Thank you for watching.
And for now, ciao and arrivederci.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye. We hope you have enjoyed our channel. If you have, please hit the subscribe button below and the bell next to it so you get notified of new videos when they come out.